Hey guys, RTT back here from that video, guys. Today, give my opinions of the Google Pixel Fold after 1 day of use. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So starting off right away, I was kind of wrong about this phone. When it first was announced, I wasn't too interested in it. I tried pre-ordering it, my pre-order ended up getting canceled. So I ended up just saying, whatever, I'll get a Z Fold 5. And that's what I did. And I really thought, you know what, I'm not going to go back to the Google Pixel Fold. There's no point to. It's a first-gen product. We always saw how it worked with the Surface Duo 1. And there was really, in my opinion, no real reason to do it. OnePlus Open's coming out sometime soon. We have all these other phones coming out, Oppo, Find N3. Maybe I'd go for one of those phones. But then I decided, you know what, let me put my money where my mouth is. And I picked up the Google Pixel Fold. And I actually picked it up on Mercari for $400 less than it was brand new. Because I actually ended up getting it used, but I got it used that was technically like new condition. And I'll be honest with you, this looks almost brand new. It functions almost brand new. What's my opinion of 24 hours? I love it. I absolutely love this phone. This is probably, other than the Surface Duo 1, my most favorite phone I've ever used. And I was not expecting that. I'll be honest with you. I really was not expecting that. Yeah, it's a first-gen product, right? It is. It's definitely, and you can tell it's a first-gen product. When you're using it, nothing really is optimized. And that's not an understatement. I mean, listen, the Z Fold 5, pretty much every single application on there is optimized for the Z Fold 5. Now, again, that they've had 5 years to get these applications optimized and perfected, while this phone just came out in its form factor. And other than the Oppo series, there really isn't any other phone that looks like the Z, like the Google Pixel Fold. That's definitely a thing, right? So I understand it, but it is very annoying because there are certain applications I use every day, like YouTube Studio, not optimized. Instagram, not optimized. Twitter, yes, but then other applications are not. So it's like, this phone is going to be so much better with a second iteration. It's almost to a point where a second iteration, this might be the best foldable phone we ever see. And the reason why I say that is because so many more apps will be optimized. It will be that next level type of phone. But even now, even with not all the applications being optimized, it is still an amazing, and I can't stress this enough, an amazing phone. Now, let's talk about the bezels, because yes, there are bezels on the inside of this phone. Are they a problem? No, not at all. I don't know why people have so many problems with bezels. People complained about the Surface Duo 1 having bezels. Oh my gosh, this is the worst thing in the world because look at these bezels. The bezels are fine. I have no issue with it at all. Even if, ironically enough, even the Surface Duo 2, when that came out, there were still people complaining about these bezels. Like, oh my god, look, there's bezels. It's not a big deal. Doesn't take away from the phone at all. It makes the phone just as good. If anything, it also takes away from the fact that there's no under-display camera on the inside, which is actually pretty dang nice. Not saying it's a huge deal with the Z Fold series, but it's nice to have that under-display camera going, and it's actually embedded in the bezels instead, which is actually really cool. Here's another really cool factor about this phone. You can take the phone, right, and look at every angle. I'm sorry, but this is the coolest factor about it. That hinge is insane. The last time I saw a hinge that was that crazy awesome was this phone right here, the Surface Duo 1. And the fact, again, with this hinge, I mean, it goes 360, come on now. You can't tell me that that hinge is not awesome, too. But when it comes to the Google Pixel Fold, it literally can go in any direction humanly possible. I mean, you can get right here, that's not going to close unless you close it yourself. While if you look at the Z Fold 5, that's simply not the case. See? That is going to close. It's going to close. That will definitely close. That won't. That won't. That won't. Yeah. So, Z Fold 5 is pretty much just, as long as you open up that much, you're fine. every other angle it will open up, but it just feels so much more like set with this phone that I freaking love it. I don't know, it's a random, thing. Here's another problem I have. And I knew this going into the phone, but guys, this does not fold 180 degrees. And it feels weird. It does feel weird when you're opening it up and holding it, especially if you do own a Z Fold 5, because of the fact that this does go 180 degrees every single time. It's perfect 180, so when you're holding it, it feels like you're holding like just a slate of a product, like how do I put this? It feels like you're holding something like this, like it's horizontal. With this phone, you feel like you're holding something like this. And it's not a big deal. I've learned to kind of get over it and deal with it. But it is kind of weird, as you guys can see. It's not a huge deal, but it's definitely something to take in consideration. The crease on this phone is just as unresponsive as the Z Fold series is. So when you go ahead and touch the screen, for example, where the crease is, it's not horrendous, but it's just as bad as the Z Fold 5 is. Which I kind of expected that, let's be honest. Other than that, though, the screen, and this might just be my personal, taste / feeling, it feels better, the inside screen, than the Z Fold 5. Which I felt really kind of surprising. Because you would expect it to be the opposite, right? Because the Z Fold 5 has had 5 generations to perfect that screen. Now, keep in mind, the Z Fold 5 does have the ability to use S Pens on the inside display. This phone does not. So, I don't know. It just feels better using this inside display than when I use the Z Fold 5. Again, that might just be my personal opinion, but that's just how it is for me. The fingerprint reader I also like a lot better than the Z Fold 5. It did confuse the heck out of me though, because every phone I'm used to, right? So this is the power button of the Z Fold 5, right? Power button, volume rocker, right? No big deal. Makes sense, right? An iPhone's actually on the opposite side. So, iPhone doesn't count because, we're not plebs. But for the Surface Duo 2, volume rocker up, power button down, right? Okay. Google Pixel 1, volume button up, power button down. And actually fingerprint reader down too. So, it took me a little while to get used to this, but power button up, volume rocker down. It was weird for me at first. It's not a huge deal. It's not a problem at all. But when I first got it, I was like, okay, let me turn. Why can't I turn this on? I'm hitting the power. I'm not hitting the power button. I'm hitting the volume rocker. Such a weird, not really a problem, but definitely gave me some type of okay, this is interesting. Next thing I'll say is the outside display. Google, you did it. Google, you did it. I really had no problem with the outside display of the Galaxy Z Fold 5. I thought the outside display was fine until I used this outside display. Guys, this is my daily driver, by the way. It's now my daily driver. We went from the Z Fold 5 to Z Flip 5. So the Surface Duo 1 for 1 day. And now we're on to the Google Pixel Fold. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is the best outside display I've ever used. And I mean regarding also slab cell phones, like candy bar cell phones. This is the best outside display I've ever used, and I would never go to an outside display other than this one right here. Is it the biggest outside display? Absolutely not. I mean, you could see it's very similar to an iPhone 13, but like an iPhone 14 Pro Max has a big outside display. It is a perfect, and again, it might just be my personal opinion. For my hand size and my shape of my hands, it is the most perfect outside display I've ever seen on a smartphone. I love this phone. I love this. Guys, I don't know how, but Google aced this. Google A+, triple plus this. And I cannot put this phone down. And the last time I could say it like that much was this phone right here when I first got it. This reminds me of a Surface Duo 1 than any other phone I've ever used in my life. And I'm going to tell you right now, I recommend this 1000%. I do. I get it's a first-gen product. I get the applications are not optimized. But when you use this phone, it makes sense. It does make sense. I will say this real fast, though. If you're going to buy it, don't buy it new. Buy it like new or used. Get it for a lot cheaper. And that's what I did. So, overall wise, guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.